On your left here is a BMW iX2. Isn't that the name? Oh, God damn it, I can't remember this. iX2 xDrive 30. That's the thing. And over here, that's easy. That's my 2005 E46 BMW M3. So that's great. Okay, so where are the similarities in these two cars? There are absolutely no similarities. This vehicle is running on electric juices, and this is running on dinosaur fuel. And that's pretty much it. There are two similarities between these two cars. One of them is the badge. They both have the BMW badge. Actually, they're different because this one has they have a blue ring around the cars with an electric engine from BMW. But over here you obviously have the same badge. But the other thing where these two cars compare is the price. This car starts from around 50,000 euros, and this car you can get one, maybe two almost, for 50,000 euros. Or a really good example one with a 6-speed manual for 50,000 euros. So there is that. Well, there is also one other small thing that is similar. This badge is used on both vehicles. That must mean that this is also an M car, right? Or at least it has some M things in it, or what? Well, let's go for a ride to find out. I'm curious. Okay, before going for a tour in this thing, let's just poke around and see what this thing actually looks like. Here from the back, yeah, it's not the best ever, is it? Where this thing over here looks like a supermodel. Yeah, I want to have sex with this thing. Just look at it. All angles of this car is just, yeah, it's good. It's not even good, it's perfect. Back then, Jesus, man. Okay, stepping into this iX30. Okay, stepping into this iX2 xDrive 30. I got it right. Okay. Immediately you are pleased with some M stitching on the seatbelt. Let's see how M this car is. Let's turn it on. Yeah, I turned it on and off a couple of times there. I like the fat BMW steering wheel here. That is pretty sporty, and the layout here is also actually pretty nice. All physical buttons here. The one thing I do notice to begin with is that the visibility in here is super bad. Just to start with, this B pillar is like super wide. It's like this wide. Then you have your A pillar up here, which is also like super wide, and you don't have a window the full way, so it also cuts off your vision here. Out the front window you can obviously see something, but it's not like you have a great vision out. And then in the back you have these huge C pillars, which is like filling up a blind spot that could fit a lorry in. Like, you have the visibility of sitting in a supercar, let's say a Lamborghini of some sort, but you're sitting in a BMW crossover. What else do you got in here? You have the blue M stitching to make it more sporty. And I can't wait to feel how sporty this vehicle is. We just have to get out to the small roads first. In the middle here, you have a My Modes button, and I guess that's where you find the modes. You have a personal mode. I don't know what that is. You have a sport mode. That's something I recognize. And then you have a efficient mode. Yeah, you definitely don't have that in the M3. Okay, let's go to the sport mode. That's the only thing we do know a thing or two about. And what is this setting? Oh, you can control the sound from like the speakers when you're accelerating. But you can also turn that off if you don't want it. Let's hear it. Okay, so you'll have a bit more sound. But other than that, I can't feel anything. The steering wheel is still pretty light. And the car is still a bit more, maybe a bit more precise in the steering, but it still feels like a boat. This car is comfortable. It's not about that. It's quiet in here, it's nice. But you're putting M badges, you're putting a sports mode, you're putting aggressive settings like on the outside with M badges and stuff. But then you get to try it out. And you're like, yeah, okay, it's not really sporty at all. It still feels like just a comfortable big thing. I do think it's nice that BMW at least try to make something out of the BMW electric cars with their sound and stuff. But why do you have to put M badges on it? Can you just put an electric badge or something on it? It makes no sense. This car is not sporty at all. It's comfortable though, but it's not sporty. It's not even close to sporty. Maybe this car is faster from 0 to 100 at the M3, but I can promise you that after 100, the M3 would run away from it. Because you can feel that there's a lot of power under 100 kilometers an hour, but when you get over that, there is none. There's not the same power anymore. But badging this car with M badges, it's kind of a criminal thing to do. It's a complete crime. You of course have all your nice and comfortable things, like you have Apple CarPlay, you have like parking assist with 360 cameras all around the car. You have nice interior lighting, you have a nice steering wheel, you have buttons all over, you have all these nice things, and that's all good and nice. But badging this car with M badges on the outside and also on the inside, on the steering wheel here, and you have the sport mode here, and you have those kind of things, it's absolutely criminal, because this car is as far from sporty or as far from an M car as you can get. I would even say that a normal X2 with a gas-powered engine is closer than this car. What the hell are you thinking, BMW? Okay, so I have an idea. What about if we tried the other car? See if you get more for your money there. The market says you can get at least 1 or 2 of those for this kind of money. So let's see if you get a bit more of the M vibe in there. This is just a feeling, you know? It's so good. I can't even. Okay, up with the windows and let's try to get this on the road. Okay. Ah, it's so old school. Okay. Let's try to find some smaller roads for this E46 M3. I can't believe it. And people are smiling when you're driving it. I already passed 2 guys and they were like smiling a lot. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm smiling. Because this car doesn't scream like it's something else. It's just an old German classic. So you really have to be into cars to know what this really is. Most people will maybe just think it's an old BMW. There was like a car guy there on the scooter. He was definitely looking. He was looking like, what the hell is that thing? We are going to find some smaller roads just to make this lady stretch his legs a bit. Okay, to tell you a bit about the E46 M3, it's just a basic layout in here. It's easy to navigate, everything is where it should be. The car feels light, but also in the same way very comfortable. You could definitely daily this back in the days, you can also daily it now. It's leather everywhere in here, so all panels are leather. The seats are extremely good and comfortable, very wide also. I don't even know what to say. This is amazing. I'm so happy. I just want to drive this car every day. This thing around corners is just, it's precise but old school. So you have the feeling of you have really good confidence because you know where the car is, and it just goes where you're pointing it. But it's not like sharp. It's not like you're turning and it's like over sharp. It's very old school vibe. So you really also have to turn the wheel to get the car moving. But if you know anything about these cars are meant to go sideways. I can't do that, unfortunately, here in Denmark, and because the rules for it here are really, really strict. So if you go sideways, they will take your car actually and impound it for good, and you'll not get it back. That is the rules now. So we can't do that, but we can stretch his legs and see how it feels. Just have to get out to some smaller roads. Still looking for those, Are we ready? Down to second. Jesus, it's quick. That's insane. That's really something. And the sound is goddamn. BMW really know how to make cars back then. You can't really compare this to the other car. It's like two different brands. It's like everything today where there's a BMW sticker, you also have to put an M sticker. And back in the days here, you only had to put an M sticker on things that was really an M thing. Like this thing. Okay, so the sport button down here basically just tightens up your throttle response. So when you are into second or something like that, and you go for it, it really goes. It's just, you can really put the hammer down, as you say, and it will go. There's no waiting in this car. It just wanna play, it just wanna go. It's amazing. For fuck's sake, BMW. You have made a dime here. It's ridiculous. I could drive this thing all day. Unfortunately, I can't. But I could. But I can't. But I could. This is what you call an experience in a car. This is just gives you the feel that you can do stuff that you can't do in other cars. I can't explain it. You have to try it. Just the way this car revs is it's different from any other car. It's so quickly and it's so smooth in the same way, and it just goes to such a high RPM, so it just screams, and you're like a little child, like waiting to shift up manually. Just the turn-in is so old school but so direct in the same time. It's you can actually feel something through the wheel. That's something you can't in the newer cars. You can feel the road changing. You can feel the back end. You can feel how that weight is like transferring back and forward when you're like going on the throttle and off the throttle. It's I would say this car is predictable in the way it behaves. It's just astonishing, this car. Can you go back and make like more of these, just so people can more easily buy it? Time to return this puppy, but I really don't want to. Like, I have the X2 as a press car for the week. Could you imagine having this as your press car? Could you imagine back then being a journalist and you're having the BMW E46 M3 from BMW as a press car? What? That must have been like the golden years of like automotive journalism. Damn. Even though it can be that crazy thing on the B roads, it can also be just relaxing and chill here in the country or in the city. It feels like just a old German saloon, but you can hear a bit of a grunt from a big engine, but otherwise it's just nice. It's just comfortable. These seats, again, I have to compliment them again. Yeah, they are. Why don't they make them like this? This is a bit of a sentimental moment, actually, because it's winter time soon here in Denmark, and this is my last few hundred meters in this car till next spring. Because yeah, I'll not take it out in the winter because, yeah, I don't want the salt to get all over it, but also it's actually more because of the taxes here in Denmark on these type of cars is crazy. It's 150% to be exact. So if this cost like maybe 50,000 euros somewhere else, this will almost cost you a double up or even more in Denmark to have on like plates. So that's unfortunately very very not possible for me at the moment, but maybe we will change my address to somewhere else in the future and I can drive it more often. That's one thing to hope for. So, okay, we cut it here. Jesus, man, the looks. Who designed this should not get a raise. Take a look at the E46 M3 generation. Try to make something like that again. That was absolutely beautiful. I know it's hard to make a crossover look beautiful, but then stop making crossovers. They are to no good. They feel kind of nice inside, but anything else is just poop. Trust me, you don't want too much poop in your life. It's absolutely disgusting.